In this lesson, we're going to open our Settings UI from the main menu. To begin, we will create a folder within our Resources directory to store our .uxml files. We do this to ensure that we will have access to the file at runtime. We're then going to create a UI document, and we're going to name it Settings. We're going to open it, and then we're going to drag a visual element onto the canvas. We'll call it Header. And then I'm going to drag a button, and we're going to set it up so that the button is in the top right corner. Then we're going to change the text to an X. We'll exit out of there. In the main menu UXML file, we're going to drag our new settings UXML file onto the canvas. And then we're going to set the absolute position to 0 so that it doesn't interact with the relative elements. We're also going to set the coordinates to 0 so that it covers the entire canvas. And then we're going to set display to none so that it's not covering the main menu by default. We're actually going to cache a reference to our root visual element. We're going to call it root. Then we're going to use that new variable to get a reference to our settings button. And then when the button is clicked, we're going to want to open our settings UI. We're going to create a new variable to store that reference, and we'll call it settings. Then we're going to set the display style to flex so that it shows up. Back in Unity, we're ready to press play. And as you can see, when I click the settings button, we open up our settings UI. However, the X button does not work, and so we're going to look at how we can go about implementing that. We're going to rename the button to close button because we're going to have multiple buttons on the settings UI. In our main menu UI script, we're going to get a reference to the close button from our settings UI. Then when the button is clicked, we're going to close our settings. And we're going to do that by setting the style to display.none. Now if we press play, open up the settings and click X, you can see it closes the settings UI.